Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's episode and all the physical releases coming to the Switch the 15th of July until the 19th. Now, I am sorry, this is a short one, guys. There are some great games this week, but I just don't have the time to go into much detail about them. My real life job just got super intense, so I'm basically working 14 days and being very active, so I'm tired as hell, my voice is ruined, and I've got about 5 minutes to make this video. Hopefully before my daughter wakes up, because it's her birthday today, and she's a bit more important than physical media for one day of the year. That's a joke, new people. Okay, what do we have today? Nintendo World Championships NES Edition is releasing worldwide this week. Remember when on the release schedule, this was the final Nintendo first-party title that we knew about? Thank God for the last Direct. This is a bit like NES Remix, but seemingly without the drug-infused nonsense that made it so awesome. This is full of mini challenges, skill and speeds of tests in a bunch of NES games. Sadly, they don't include the full games for some bizarre reason. I'm sure NSO subscribers wouldn't have minded. Would be nice to own those classic games physically again. As someone who did not grow up with the NES, this doesn't do much for me, but I'm happy for those who are excited by it. Anyways, it comes in a standard edition, but also a deluxe edition, which in the West includes a fake NES Gold cartridge. Japan has the badass version though, as the deluxe version there comes with 2 Famicom controllers that actually work on the Switch. I don't think anywhere has stock for that though, so yeah, maybe that's a collector's item in the future. And our executive producers, God of Resin, Alex M, Robotech, Ishin, Josh Foote, Instacritic, and JCross7776 have chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want to purchase this or any of the retail releases in this episode, then please consider using the links below in the description and pinned comment. You can purchase from VGP, a fantastic way to support me because they have good prices in cheap Canadian money, and they have free worldwide shipping if you purchase things over 80 Canadian dollars. That's about 60 American bucks. They have lots of good stuff over there and are my preferred way to pick up retail releases. Plus, if you do buy something with my link, then each week you will be put into a draw with the chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Thomas R. Congratulations, Thomas. You should get an email from VGP if you haven't already. Hot Lap Racing is releasing worldwide this week. This looks to be a nice arcadey racer that's tried to have a bit of budget about it. It's obviously not AAA, but they also avoided the usual small indie aesthetic, so it might be alright. I suppose we better see how well it runs on the Switch. Published by Maximum Entertainment, who I think have a slightly sketchy record with Switch performance, but we'll have to see. Super Alloy Ranger is releasing in North America this week. This is a 2D side-scrolling action game, supposed to be pretty good, although really quite short, only a couple of hours long for one playthrough. But you know, it's a Mega Man style action game, you wouldn't want it to last too long, and there is room for replayability with secret paths, multiple characters, and giant bosses. There is no word of a European release. Marble It Up Ultra is a sequel to Marble It Up, even though it sounds to me like an enhanced version. I'm not the marketing guy, but I swear there's been a steady stream of poorly named games these days. Anyways, this is a very unique kind of game. You won't get something like this physically on the Switch, apart from maybe like Super Monkey Ball. And yeah, I kind of wanted the original to get a physical too, so I'm happy this sequel is getting one. It's only releasing in North America, as far as I can tell. The Pixel Pulps collection is releasing in Europe this week. Can't see anything about a North American release, and this is one where I understand why, but it's still sad because it's super niche. This is a triple pack of 3 short visual novels that use Commodore 64-like aesthetic. I mean, it's glorious, and the stories are supposed to be pretty decent from what I've read about Steam reviews. Very pulpy sci-fi mystery horror, tapping into that vibe extremely well. And our executive producer, Brent McLean, has chosen this as his pick of the week. The Oregon Trail is releasing in North America this week. I believe Europe has to wait a few more weeks. Anyways, this is like the 20 millionth edition of Oregon Trail, and it's supposed to be a pretty good one. Probably very nostalgic to a subset of American gamers. Growing up with this installed on your school computers, nothing will teach kids a lesson quite like dysentery. And our executive producer, Thorn Metal Luna, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Everdream Valley is releasing in Europe this week. I have not seen anything about a North American release. Not that you'll be crying about it, because there are about like 1,000 of other Switch games that are exactly like this. Remember like 10, 15 years ago when everyone was begging for more games like Harvest Moon? Now we're sick of them. Blasphemous 2. Quick mention to this, your memory does not deceive you. Blasphemous 2 is already out physically, but somehow and for some reason there is now a limited collector's edition popping up to say, hey, give me your damn money. This includes a collector's box, steel book, manual, soundtrack, game guide, Masa del Martirio, which I don't know who that guy is, but I hope he consented to being sold off. Have the Italian embassy been notified? I don't know. You also get art cards, a certificate, album of illustrations, which sounds like the most awkward way to say an art book, and you also get a thank you letter. This is worldwide as well, not just in Europe. Alright, the low print releases. Tomba Special Edition is the only low print release this week, and let's face it, it's the only one they need to make the bank managers happy over at limited run games. I have no nostalgia for the Tomba series, but holy crap, if I had a penny every time someone told me I should be ashamed of myself for not playing it, and it's entirely my fault the series is dead. Well, okay, I don't know about that. Maybe they didn't say exactly that, but that's the vibe Tomba fans give me. Same with Klonoa, and I think that's a decent comparison as well. A fun 2.5D platformer that I'm sure many people are excited to see make a comeback. You can pre-order this on Friday. I think it's going to be one of their most popular releases this year. And our executive producer, Cartoon Soren, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, the imports, yeah. Play Asia territory. If you want to purchase any of the games in this section, then please consider using the Play Asia links below. Fantastic way to support me. Plus, I can support you too with my discount code Jordan24, which is still working until I believe the end of this month. But please remember to click the link first. That's how to support me, okay? Path of the Teal Lotus is a fantastic looking import exclusive, at least that we know of. We've not been told of a Western physical for this, and the game looks excellent. It's like fusing Okami with a side-scrolling platformer. This Japanese and Asian release will have English, and it's really cheap. It's like $23 for the Japanese version, and it's almost worth it for the cover art alone. I really hope the gameplay lives up to the striking art style, and I've already pre-ordered this because, well, it's in my $25 budget that I have per game. Yeah, no more than $25 from me. And our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, Offone, and Vey have chosen this as their pick of the week. Apex Heroines Platinum Edition is going to be one for cultured folk. I don't believe this is as saucy as its sister release coming next month, but hey, it's got anime babes on the cover. It's an arcade hack and slash, all about combos and racking up high scores. The gameplay looks very smooth, as you have 6 girls with different gameplay styles. This physical release comes with 13 DLC outfits, including 2 that are exclusive to this physical game, which is the Platinum Edition. This release is in Southeast Asia only, and it does have English. And like all Leo full games, it's probably a bit pricier than we're used to, but hey, sometimes you gotta pay for it. SCHiM, or SCHiM, whatever it's called, is releasing in Japan this week. This is a game I've mentioned a few times here and there as an import exclusive, but just as it's coming out this week in Japan, there's been an announcement that it is getting a Western physical release later this year. But if you already pre-ordered this, don't worry, it has English. Not that it's even required, because this is more about like the gameplay. It's about shadow running. You can only platform in shadows, which will mess with your mind, but it's a gimmick I can get behind. Japan is also getting a Splatoon 3 plus expansion pack physical release with the expansion pack on the cartridge. Now, this is also getting a Western physical, at least definitely in Australia and definitely in Europe. It's getting a physical release there sometime. However, I have not seen anything about a North American release as of yet, but I think it probably will happen. I don't know why it wouldn't. And Japan is also getting these other games as well, which do not have English. And that's it, guys. I'm checking out, okay? I've really got stuff to do, and yeah, maybe next week will also be a bit more quickly done because, you know, life is just really hectic right now. I hope you can understand there's no community spotlight, but it will be back when I am ready for it to be back, okay? I hope you all have a fantastic week. Take care.